Hello guys! So something real exciting has just happened. Well, not just happened, but recently happened. I finished this sketchbook and it has taken me years. It has taken me since summer of 2019. I guess that's just a year. A year and a half. Anyways, yeah, so I finally finished it. Most of my sketchbooks don't take me this long, but I started using it for a bit and then I went back to something else and left it on the shelf for a while. And then a few months ago, I pulled it back out and I've been using it quite a bit. So let's get to it. I apologize if this is a long video. There's a lot in here and I don't want to go through it too fast, but not too slow. So let's get started. So this is a sticker that I made a while ago. These I got from Van Calf a couple years ago in Vancouver, an art show. So there's doodles and stickers. This page, I think I drew this while I was waiting outside of the Vancouver Convention Center, and I was dressing up as like a British hippie lady or something. It was a crazy event, but yeah, and I was super nervous about it, so I was doodling because I was there early, and yeah, I had to pee. These are sketches I did for my creature card game. Yeah, just doodling different designs and ones that I would turn into polymer clay creatures. I think some of these I doodled while in church. That's why I wrote Mount of Olives. Yeah. These are all ideas for my card game, all the different creatures that would be in the Candy Rainbow Land, which I still haven't really named. Like, I feel like I should come up with something better than Candy Rainbow Land, but maybe not. Maybe that's just what it's called. So this is like a Jolly Rancher melting candy guy. He's like melting. So funny. Some bacon guys, cotton candy, whipped cream. Yeah, I was putting a lot of my ideas for my card game in here at first. That's what all those are. So later, when I finished up this sketchbook, I started going back and doing like doodling in the empty spaces. I haven't gone through everything yet, but this is a recent one because it's still not Christmas and I am getting really excited. That is sketches for what the island would look like, and how to play the game, different piles, etc. These are recent comics that I did of my bird. So she always like goes behind the pillows on my bed, and then I always pull it back and she's like chewing away at my foam mattress. So I yell at her, but I can't help it. She's just so cute. I have to kiss her after. And my old roommates at my old place were like, "Why do you do that? That's so confusing." I just can't help it. She's so smushy. Oh, yeah, you are cute. Yeah. She's right on my shoulder at the moment. This was also a recent sketch I did. I'm not supposed to have bread. On here I was just kind of practicing expressions, trying to push things so it looks a little crazier. I drew that on Halloween. Little toast man. So what I was doing at the time, Bird, how about you just get really cozy and be cute instead of crazy? How about? So yeah, I would take the creatures I made for my game and then write like what their species was, location, all this. It was supposed to be kind of like a field guide, and then I could get all my facts straight about them before I wrote them on the cards. But I didn't end up filling out that much about the creatures, so there's a lot of empty space. And these are just thinking about products that I want in my store. I really want to do washi tape, but getting a big sample of it would be a lot of money, so I'd have to kind of make sure that people would actually be interested in it. So if you are, let me know. Yeah, see, more empty pages for my creatures. Bird. These were recent. Just testing out my fountain pens. I like to have a lot of pages to test out. Fountain pens. If you're interested in knowing more about any of these creatures on my Instagram, I think I posted quite a few of them and facts about them. So this was just a fountain pen page. That was the first card that I did for the creature card game, where I was going to order them as collectible cards, but I never actually finished it. I was like a few away from finishing it, and I never did it. But I ended up changing what I wanted to do with that card game. Anyways, it still got all the same artwork, but the game's a little bit different. This was when I wanted to treat this as like more of a field guide. So I was going to do all these sketches and paste things in it. And that lasted for about that day. And then I stopped doing it. So, some plants. I used to draw myself as this comic character all the time. But I think I just got tired of it because it was so much, and I wanted to draw myself as an animal instead. So that's how Freckles came to be. So who knows? We'll probably go back to her at some point, but all those doodles are just of me. There's a store on Granville Island called Paper Yeah, and I love it so much. They have a bunch of traveler's notebook things and fountain pen stuff and washi tape and everything you could ever want. So every time I go to Granville Island, I always have to stop at Paper Yeah. More weird drawings. Sometimes I would get to the point where I felt like my drawings were really stiff, so I would just doodle my character in really weird poses in my sketchbook to try and loosen up. And this was a really good sandwich that I had. And I wanted to commemorate it, document it, if you will. These are more creatures for my card game. I was playing around with there being a heart of the island, I guess kind of like Moana. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bird is just crawling around, and my phone is being held up by a wire thing, and she loves to jump on it, so could you not, please? Thank you. No, thank you. Did you want to go in front of the camera? People can see you. There she is. No. Okay, that's enough. Just doodling some creepy floaties from Adventure Time and doodling about that later. I don't even know. Oh, I think this was for my friend's bachelorette. I was making up questions. These are just doodle pages. I think I was just sitting on the couch at my old place. Yeah. I think I doodled this at church. I don't know. More creatures. This was when I started drawing Freckles again. I drew her in other books, I think, but this is when I wanted to start drawing in my sketchbook more. So So I was kind of practicing drawing her. And these were sketches by Steph Opals, I think that's how you say it, on Instagram. So I was copying those just to kind of understand how she drew them. They're definitely way better looking on her page, but oh well, practice, right? These are bits from my game that I was playing, and drawings of me wanting to sleep. And yeah, so getting back into, I had a style of sketching that was sort of more of a sketchy look with my pen. And so I was trying that out again. Ideas for my card game, different items that you can get. More items, Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time, so every so often I like to doodle it to sort of get back to that simple look. Those arms looked really beefy, so I drew that. And more freckle sketches. And then I saw somebody draw really cute little, like really big-headed, animals, I guess, on Instagram. So I practiced that to see what it would look like. And if I wanted to change Freckles' design up a little bit. Didn't do it yet. This when I went to this little area near my place, just like a really cute little wood area. I think I've put it in a couple vlogs, but I like to go there when I'm having a hard day. And talking about inspiration coming back, this was when I was making like a quarantine Inktober. So this was definitely not in October, but I wanted to do it anyway. So I found a list that I had done the previous October, and I wanted to make it for quarantine. So I think the first one was like, draw your adventurer. So she has like hovering toilet paper because of COVID. And sketchbook shield, pencil sword. This was like them in their house, I think. Just in case. And just playing around with like funny concepts of toilet paper. This was like leaving the house, so made her all stressed out about it because, leaving the house for COVID. And drawing more sketches. Sometimes I do a whole bunch because, bird. Sometimes I will draw more than one of the same drawing until I like it, and then I can post it. But I don't think I ever posted these, which is so weird. I should take photos of them and post them all, because it's funny. The germs, the terrible, terrible germs. Yeah, just trying to draw stuff about my life in quarantine. This was when I was playing around with like cuter, flatter versions of Freckles, which I actually really liked. Yeah, and I go through periods of wanting to color with my Copics, but the only thing is it goes to the back of the page, so... This one was a recent comic I did when I was just playing with expressions. So, Chips and me, let's just say we've got an intense relationship. Romancing one moment, devouring the next. That is me, though, with chips. I love them so much. To the point where I eat way too much and then I feel sick. And I'm like, I wonder why I feel sick. That's why. This was new. This was the old one. So, yeah, just trying to draw her really cute and little, which I still like. So I've been recently trying to go back to drawing her a little bit cuter. And I think the trick to making her look cuter is making her head bigger and her body smaller. So, yeah. So I made them like rivals. These were just some... Do not go over there. Some images of inspiring pictures. This I was doodling while watching Survivor at the very start of COVID. lockdown times in March, me and my old roommates were all watching Survivor online together. And then we would like FaceTime each other after and talk about it. So I was just doodling stuff from the episode. It's very fun. I missed that. This is a recent page I went back and completed. Just doodling some of my comic panels I printed out. This was when I was really into Animal Crossing. So, yeah, I was trying to draw what I wanted my forest to look like, though I still don't have those mushrooms, which sucks. If anybody wants to gift me those mushrooms on Animal Crossing, please let me know. I don't play it very often now, but I do want all the mushroom things. This is a Polaroid. It's hard to see, but I went to the pumpkin patch in October, and this was like a wooden painted pumpkin thing. So, and this was my layout for my pirate pub on my island, Animal Crossing. And yeah, it looks exactly like that. So, still there. This was another Polaroid of the pumpkin patch. And just wrote a little bit about it. This was in one of my Draw With Me videos, so if you'd like to see how I drew that, just go check it out. And that was also in it, which I'm not super proud of, but it was okay. It was a nice warm-up. That's my friend Joel I went with, which I'm sure you've seen in many videos. That's him like looking through his legs. And this was also in that Draw With Me video. And that's me in a really, really big chair. And some friendship bracelet inspirational things. This was sketches for a concept, but it's kind of ugly. That was me in the wanted poster. And this was my friend Mike a while ago. He was drawing in my sketchbook. These pages were me basically trying to figure out which pen I wanted to use in here. I go through periods where I have sort of a sketchbook crisis and I don't know what pen to use. I'm trying to like get a good flow, and yeah, so this was me just kind of working that out. I like to just write down my thoughts in little doodles. Yeah, so then I was testing out this fountain pen, which I thought maybe I could use it, and then I was like, no. I tried it with another pen that was still kind of scratchy, but it still looked way better than the other fountain pen. And then I just went back to the pen I always use, which I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, but it worked great. So, yeah. Just little things about my day. For Halloween, I dressed up as a cupcake. Roller skating, coffee shops. Was when I was trying to get my favorite spot in this one coffee shop, but I had to go from seat to seat and I felt awkward. I ended up leaving pretty quick anyways, so yeah. This was when I started using my thicker pen, which I use for calligraphy writing, but I really enjoyed drawing freckles with that pen and using Copics to color it in. So this day was actually like a really fun drawing day. I just kept drawing and drawing and drawing and coloring, and it was just such a therapeutic experience. This was a later drawing that's supposed to be a tape, but it doesn't really look like a tape. Probably should have referenced it before I drew, but oh well. Yeah, more pages with that pen. That's like a really weird thumb that I drew. I don't know. And yeah, those are all on the same day. This was when I went to the owl rescue and the rescue center, and they had some pictures of the owls that we saw there, and some were from the magazine, so I just put them in. This was, what's his name? This was a cat that kept following us around. I think it was maybe Charlie was his name. He was so funny. He definitely wanted love and cuddles. that was just doodling over all the empty space there. And this was when I started getting into pasting more stuff in with sketches. I don't, if some of you may have seen my journal all the things video from way back in the day where I talk about just putting everything in one journal. So sketches, writing, pictures, stickers, whatever. So I started feeling like I wanted to get back to that and just have everything in this one book so I'm not separating things out. So then I just started doodling whatever, talking about how I don't want to make my sketchbook precious, because when you do that, things start to feel stiff. I just start drawing whatever. I recently saw the movie, oh shoot, what's it called? Wolfwalkers, yeah. And it's by the same people who did Secret of Kells, and it is so good. So if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. If you like Celtic-y stories. And yeah, just more doodles. I was making pins and stuff with like Viking symbols, which I thought looked really cool. And yeah, this photo from Wolfwalkers and that Secret of Kells. So I was writing people's names out in Viking. That's pretty fun. I love these inks. I don't have them. I have this one, but it's little, so I don't have very much left of it, and I really want the big one. But anyways, Christmas is coming up, and I'm getting like a bunch of sample inks, so I didn't allow myself to buy it, but maybe one day. Yeah, I just printed out some stickers of art and wrote about life. Practicing with my fountain pen again just to see which colors work best in what pens. This was when I went to the bird place. This was the guy that took us around. It was all outside, and it was super cute. All the different owls. These were pictures from the magazine that I cut out that they gave me. There's a really cool long-eared owl, and they're so skinny, and their ears are so tall and skinny. So cute. And this one, oh my gosh, she was so cute. I think her name's Daisy, and she was looking at us through the bushes and like blinking her beautiful eyes slowly. And then this was a snow owl, and oh my gosh, it was so cute. I think it was blind, like the one we saw, but it was so sweet and so cute. This day I bought a new jacket, which I really needed because it's getting cold and it's like filled with down feathers and feels like I'm being hugged by a sleeping bag. So that was me wearing it. And yeah, so this was not the jacket, but that's a similar jacket. I just took a photo of the navy one so I can compare it to the gray one that I actually bought. So yeah. And this was a jacket that I was looking at in Old Navy, but I didn't end up getting it in the end. Or not Old Navy, Winners. Yeah. It's cold. That was at the mall we went to. Here are some album covers I did recently for one of my friends. He puts out a cappella albums every year, so for the past couple years he's gotten me to do a bunch of them, so that was a really fun project and I was proud of those. So just pasted them in here. And then the pins I made recently, this was a drawing that I made about sketchbooks, and I think I posted that on Instagram recently as well. These I made for my friend Maddie, who I used to go to school with, for musical theater, and she has a makeup channel, so she hired me to do the Patreon tier images for her account, and those are really fun too. Those are two of them. And some little doodles on my day. I'm talking about pens. This one was almost out, and I was losing it because I needed to draw with that pen. This was when I made sticker advent for two of my friends, so I just laid them all out. The photos in my Polaroid are not the greatest. You have to be very careful how you print them out and print them really light because it comes out way darker. So there's some photos come out good, some don't. So this one was okay. This one came out not too bad, but these ones were not the best. It's very dark. That was a safe walk me and my friend had. And then that was her sister's son, Arthur. So sweet. And this was very recently. I taped in a bunch of drawings by this one girl. I will link below what her account is because I don't remember. And just did a bunch of doodles for that. And yeah, I was watching a masterclass on plants at the time, so I was feeling like drawing plants, and then that ended up turning into a sticker page, which is now on my in my store. So just doodles of that. And this was when I was playing with Freckles being like a smaller body and cuter. So without that, she's just like one sort of square shape. But to make her cuter, I just cut in from the head a little bit. So sometimes I'll do that, sometimes I won't. We'll just see what happens. It's just fun to experiment with different styles. This was once I printed out my stickers, so I just taped them in and drew around them. And this was a photo from my friend's wedding. She sent it to me recently because someone sent it to her, and it was just super funny. So I drew the poses that we each did. Yeah. And things that I wanted at that moment. Period time. Bought Hyperbole and a Half, the second book, Solutions and Other Problems, as a gift for my friend, but I couldn't help but read a couple of them because they're so funny, which made me want to make comics. So that's why the comics earlier in this book were there, because I got inspired. And that is it. I wrote on this page, oh my gosh, do not even look on the other side of this page. It'll depress you. And then here it says, it is the end of the book. It is sad. So that's it. That is the book. It is over. Half an hour worth of talking. So if you're still here, thank you for sticking around this long. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know if you have any ideas for other videos you'd like to see. So, thanks so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye!